They say an artist's suffering is his muse, and they aren't too far from the truth. Many people don't acknowledge the fact that from great pain comes beautiful art. I've experienced moments like this, where I feel like I can't move, I can't breathe, or even try to open my eyes. But the images playing through my head keep me captivated and will themselves to be made. With many times of pushing myself through weeks of sleeplessness, I see amazing things that can happen when pain and conscious creativity come to me. In the book Diary by Chuck Palahniuk, the main character, Misty Wilmot, becomes an artist, and she experiences much suffering to create masterpieces that leave the viewer in shock. Misty was always a promising artist, but after meeting her husband, things started to go downhill. Her husband, Peter, is now in the hospital after failing at killing himself. While Peter lays deep in his coma, his family and friends waste away on Wei Tan Sea Island. It is on this island that Misty waitresses, and also where she gets forced into her art again. This happens when she is suddenly struck with a number of mysterious headaches. These headaches are only cured by painting or drawing. In searching for the help from her mother-in-law and doctor, she is told to keep painting. As Misty continues to suffer, she starts to find secret letters from past artists on the island. Within these messages lie a warning that tells the true tale of Wei Tan Sea Island. The book is in a sort of horror, but uses more psychological terror and dark humor. Chuck P. has always caught my attention with his style of humor. Throughout my life, I have always had a dark sense of humor, and when it comes to something happening in my life and that I understand, laughing about it makes me feel ever better. When reading Diary, I felt as though I was truly reading into the life of this tortured artist who is destined to be destroyed by the very thing that saves her. Within her headaches lie a plethora of images and art pieces. When reading about this, I understood well where the character was coming from, because the headaches that I suffer have similar tendencies. The writing style is that of a diary, and the dark humor and suspense lead the reader onto an island where tortured souls are expected to save the rest. One of the great sentiments from Diary comes in the statement, "All the effort in the world won't matter if you're not inspired." From this I gathered a great deal of knowledge. With all the art that I work on, I have to be truly inspired to create something that captivates my audience. Misty works through the headaches by using her inspiration of art. Within the headaches comes an inspiration like no other, and I have seen it. Another thought that gives a feeling of desolation to Diary is that it's so hard to forget pain, but it's even harder to remember sweetness. We have no scar for happiness. We learn so little from peace. The problem that I had with this statement when I was reading the book was that it felt all too true, and I could see how valid it was. Within my thoughts was a stirring storm of creativity, and it would break free to ensure that it would survive. There would be no peace within me until I found an outlet. In this notion, Misty and I both stood, forced to create or be destroyed by our creations. The way in which this book spoke to me were amazing, and made me think about the manner of suffering that all artists do take on. Diary takes this notion one step further than the rest of the world would think to, but portrays it in the light that makes one fascinated and uneasy at the same time. An important message that I took away from Diary is that your handwriting, the way you walk, the china pattern you choose, it's all giving you away. Everything shows your hand. Everything is a self-portrait. Everything is a diary.